Hello and welcome. This is a short video that demonstrates how you can make the report of a female pelvic scan using the Emerald software. Emerald has a common template covering the abdominopelvic scans or the pelvic scans. You can choose as appropriate. If it is a child, then you can take that. This is the adult abdominopelvic scan, then the pelvic scan, and then the transabdominal or transvaginal scan. Let's take the pelvic scan for this example. So in the pelvic scan, what the organs that are observed are listed here. So there's a urinary bladder, then the uterus, the endometrium, the ovaries, the left and the right, and then the adnexa and pouch of Douglas. So those are the organs, and then there is the impression text, which by default is everything is fine, no abnormality detected. Then the general information for the patient. This is the structure of the report. And coming to each organ and what abnormalities are covered under each, let's take a look. So the focus of the of the pelvic scan is the uterus and the ovaries. So I'll go through that. So in the uterus, we cover in Emerald a host of abnormalities, but also a lot of exceptional conditions. For example, if hysterectomy has been done, then you can select that. The text for the uterus will be all replaced with a single line which says, it's not visualized. Similarly, if for whatever reason it was not assessed because of empty bladder, then you can select that. Pregnancy, if the patient has come for abdominal pelvic scan but turns out to be pregnant, then you can attach a separate report for the pregnancy scan, and then so that will be mentioned here. If it were a child, then it might even be, it's just normal for age. It appears normal for age. So these are the exception conditions, but going beyond those exception conditions are a whole lot of pathologies or abnormalities that you might notice. So those are listed here. There can be cysts, there can be fibroids, uterine fibroids. Uterine fibroids, you will see that there are a host of options here, starting with the simplest. If there's just a fibroid seen and you don't even want to indicate any measurement, you can choose that, or you can choose more detailed options that are available. If there are a few fibroids, then you can choose that with or without measurement, min max measurements, the smallest or the largest fibroids. And most importantly, we also have something called as a chart, which is a detailed documentation of the fibroids that are seen in the patient, if the case warrants something like that. I'll demonstrate how the chart works in a while. But first, let's finish all the other pathologies. So there can be cysts, there can be adenomyosis, there can even be sarcoma. So all of these are the different options in the uterus. Now, apart from the uterus, the next key focus area, moving to the endometrium. Here you will see again polyps, for example, retained products of conception, if there is something to be made a note of, IUCDs related points, if there are any. So all of these are included in the endometrium. Moving to the ovaries, in the ovaries you will find PCOD, polycystic ovaries, and a whole lot of ovarian cyst related options. Again, simple to more complicated details you can add. I'll demonstrate that with the help of the ovarian cyst chart. Then follicles, ovarian follicles, again, you might want to document with or without impressions, with or without measurements. All of those options are there. First for the left ovary and then for the right. Yeah. So that covers the ovaries, and lastly coming to the adnexa and the pouch of Douglas. So here again you will find a whole lot of options. Tubo-ovarian masses on the left or on the right side. Is there free fluid? Is there a gestation, ectopic gestation? So all of these options are there. Para-ovarian cysts, fimbrial cysts, pseudocysts, all of these also are covered. Now coming to how to document in detail the uterine fibroids. So let me demonstrate that. So if it were just a simple, single fibroid with measurement, or with a few fibroids with min-max measurement, you can select that, and then you will see a simple line of text which is a few fibroids measuring up to these many centimeters are seen in the uterus. So that's a simple way to document it if the case warrants it. But if you want to document several more aspects of the fibroid, such as where the fibroids are present, what type of fibroids are they, so then we have to select the chart option, the fibroids chart option, and then we have to fill up a chart. So for that, I click on the red button here, and then I see here fibroid charts as being shown up. So I click that, and here I will see that there are a whole lot of options for documenting the fibroid. Uh, Firstly, you can add, if you see multiple fibroids, then you can add as many as you want to document. So then you can document the length only, or length and breadth, or if the case warrants, a length, breadth, and height. Fibroids may be well defined or not, or ill defined, so you can add that if that is relevant to the case. Similarly, the type of the fibroid, whether it is submucous, mural, subserous, exophytic. So this, if it is relevant, you can add it, uh, or you can disable it, and it will not be shown in the report. Position of the fibroid, similarly, where is it seen, in the anterior wall, posterior wall, left or right, or in the fundus or in the cervix. You can make a note of that. Endometrial indentation, is it seen or not seen? Calcification, um, again, calcification is absent, present, multiple, or in the peripheral rim. So all such options are there: cystic areas, vascularity, and finally the FIGO number. You can choose which aspects of the fibroids are relevant for the case and document only those. So this, let me fill this table and you will see how it appears in the report. The data that I'm entering is just for demonstration purposes, so please ignore the numbers if you think that they're irrelevant. So these were the options we chose, and I filled up the table. Now when I press the done button, it will appear in the report. Yeah. So now if you see in the report, we have the table with the fields that we selected. These are the fibroids seen. This is the size, position, and the calcification related points. Yeah. Of course, the impression also now contains uterine fibroids, and there's a small paragraph of text explaining something about fibroids for the patient. Yeah. So this is how you can document fibroids in detail. Similarly, you can also document several aspects in the ovaries, such as the ovarian cysts and ovarian follicles. Let me take the example of ovarian cysts to demonstrate that. So I choose, if I see cysts in the left ovary, then this is the selection. Uh, and to enter the data, we go here, click on left ovarian cysts, and you will see several aspects of that cyst appearing here in this form. So you can add as many cysts as you see. So those many columns are added here, and you can, for each of them, like with the fibroids, you can choose which aspects are relevant for this case, which aspects you want to talk about. So it can be, the size can be only length, or length and breadth, or length, breadth, and height, in which case the volume is computed and is added to the report automatically. Then locules, is it unilocular or multilocular? Septi type, which is absent, thin, or thick. Solid components, are the seen or not seen? Acoustic shadowing, is it seen or not seen? The surface of the cyst, is it smooth, lobulated, or irregular? So all these options are there. Papillae, Doppler color score, internal echoes, are the seen or not seen, and ground glass appearance. So if you see, it's a very thorough and very detailed way of documenting ovarian cysts. This is only an option. Of course, if you just see one cyst and you just want to indicate that one ovarian cyst is seen and it's of this size, you can always do that. Those options are there. This is the more detailed, the most detailed way of doing it, depending on the case. I'll just fill this up as well so that you can see how it appears in the report. Okay, so now the cysts are also documented, and you can see that they appear in the report in this way. Yeah, so all the fields that we chose to document are listed here, and you also see the impression that there's a left ovarian cysts are seen. Yeah. So this concludes the demonstration of how you can make a detailed report of the female pelvic scan. You will find more information about Emerald and how to make different kinds of reports using Emerald on our website and also on our YouTube channel, which are listed here on this page. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.